Shalom. All praises to the Heavenly Father. Hatun Apukuya. Praise be to the earthly mother, the Pachamama, and all of her earthly angels, the Ekadeshwe. Praise be to the Holy Spirit, the Kaheh. In the name of Hamashiach, Motsah the Lamb, unification to the nation. So guys, I'm going to enjoy bringing out this video. I just came across something that was very, very nice. It really filled my spirit with some delight because I love being able to make sound arguments, right? Give sound opinions, really. That's all an argument really is. Everything I say on my channel is my opinion and my perspective. Just like everything that comes out of your mouth is your opinion and your perspective. Why? Because only the Most High has the truth. All we're doing is trying to get close to his truth. So I'm not going to be arrogant enough to think that I have the truth or I'm speaking the truth. No, I have an opinion. It can be a good or a bad opinion, but it's still an opinion. Now, I've been, talking real greasy about some people in Africa, and that's okay. Reason I do that is because some people, not everybody, but the loudest people in the room, they make really, really bad arguments. They'll make bad arguments and say that the E1B1A haplogroup are the Israelites. That's such a lazy argument, and that's such a very bad argument. Because not all of those people are Israelites. That's not possible. It's not possible. Those people, if just under that, if you're not using any subclaves of that haplogroup, those people are so many different people. That does not make any sense. As we've been studying on this channel, the land of Midian is in East Africa. Too many things point to that being the land of Midian. The land of Benjamin is supposed to be near the land of Midian, right? And you can see a lot of the West Indians, what do they connect to? East Africa, Ethiopia. And when you start digging, that was actually their ancient religion. Rastafarianism is almost like a rebirth of their own ancient religion that they were doing before, right? And they understand that that land has some sort of importance because it does. That's the place where the Messiah actually was born. So they have a connection to that land. And when you explore it, it makes sense. And when you look into Joshua, you find out that both Benjamin as well as the kings of Judah established some sort of hold over there near the land of Midian, which is in East Africa, right? However, when it comes to the children of Midian, who is to the west of the children of Midian? The children of Lot, right? The children of Lot are to the west of Midian. And Father knows who else is mixed in with them. But as we've covered on this channel, the children of Lot were in part the Egyptians. So when you have the haplogroup E1B1A among a pharaoh, among Ramses, that should tell you that the whole haplogroup is not one thing. That is stupid. You need to get into subclave research. You also need to get into SNP research. And you also need to note the fact that they say that haplogroups mutate every 15,000 years. Do you think we've been here even 15,000 years? Do you think the events of the scriptures took place over 15,000 years? And even if they did, that's one mutation. So you have to pay attention to what doctrine you're pushing and what your beliefs are. Did you do enough research on haplogroups to make these grandiose assumptions? I don't think you did. It's ridiculous. You can have two people from totally different haplogroups be related. Why? Because haplogroups are all an assumption and they're all an estimation. One, they're assuming the out of Africa model. Two, they're assuming that the earth has been around, and even if the earth has been around, they're assuming that we've been around and we've been around for a certain period of time. They're not basing haplogroups off of the biblical narrative. They're basing them off of their own narrative. So you have to keep these things in mind. If you don't keep them in mind, you're going to get hijacked, and then you're going to start saying most of the Israelites are located in sub-Saharan Africa, when you're actually looking at a bunch of Moabites and Israelites who are scattered among them. That's the crazy part about it. And some of these people are Moabites or Canaanites or whatever. They're the ancient Egyptians. That's why they, you know, that's why some people among our people, some of the E1B1A haplogroup, some of them, they follow the Israelite culture and stuff like that. And some of them are straight up Egyptians and ancient Kemet and a bunch of other nonsense. Why? Because they're not all the same people. That is stupid as hell, right? Same way how none of the haplogroups are of the same people. I've been studying them. I've been studying R1B, and I realize they're not all the same people. They even come from totally different seed lines. Some of the R1B haplogroup, it seems like some of the people are Japhet. Some of the people are Edom. Seems some of the people are us. That's an estimation or a migration pattern. That's why I've been saying that the last few months, because that's what I concluded. I'm like, listen, you can only use this to see what people traveled with who, because they don't truly know. This is an estimation. You have to test everyone individually and test their their SMP values and match them up in order to get a much more accurate conclusion of who's actually fathered by who. But they can't do that, so they have to make an estimation. That's how research works. You can't literally test everyone, so you're going to make assumptions. And then you get hijacked, and then you start making doctrines. Like, it's real foolish, man. That's not how research works. It's not. Anyway, that's enough of my rant. I'm so happy to bring this info because we're going to actually get into substantial things to prove that a certain group of people actually descend from Israelites, not people claiming to be because they're from a certain area or group. Because even among this group, not all of them literally are the children of Israel, but their culture connects them to the children of Israel. Same thing with the Peruvians. Not all the Peruvians are literally the descendants of the children of Israel, but their culture connects them to them. So I call out to any of them and say, hey, you guys could be descendant of the children of Israel. Same thing with the Mexicans. The Mexican culture obviously connects them with the children of Israel. Are all the Mexicans children of Israel? No. Not even the ones who are already here were not all the children of Israel. You have to realize that. You cannot get hijacked. We were in patches of groups before we got colonized. And then after we got colonized, we got mixed in with the other inhabiting groups that were with us, the other Shemitic groups that were with us. Now we look just like them, right? You can't tell the difference. You can only tell the spirit. And then they brought these damn satyrs and serums over here to mix with us. They brought the beasts of the field, the crustaceans to come and mix with us. So we're real mixed up now. I'm not I say certain things to get to our ancient origins. That's all I say things for. So I hope that I'm clarifying myself on certain things. Now let's get started. So the word Hebrew truly is nothing close to how the original name of the children of Eber, who they were. And that's even where Hebrew even comes from, because that's up for debate. But it could be, right, that the people of Eber are the Hebrews, right? That's what I'm gonna assume, right? I'm gonna assume that, right? But even that Eber in Hebrew, I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's read what this person has to say. All these translations were taken from the Latin version instead of the original language. Therefore, instead of using the original name, IVRI, or Erver, the translated Latin name, Hebraicus, I hope I'm saying that right, carried into European languages, which included English. The name Hebrew is a result of translating the Latin Hebraicus into English. Thus, the name Hebrew is the result of a double translation of the original name, Erver. Had the translation been the original text with the name, you'd never have heard the name Hebrew. Instead, the proper name Erver is what people will know as the name of the Israelites. Well, the Hebrews, not necessarily the Israelites, but the Hebrews. So there you have it. The proper pronunciation in the native language of the ancient Israelites designation, commonly known as Hebrew in English, is Erver. Because most modern Bibles are direct translation or carbon copies of the Latin translation, the result is all modern Bibles carry the name Hebrew, derived from the Latin. Okay, you already said that. So, thus, without beating around the bush, the Berber people of West Africa and the enslaved Africans are none other than the ancient Israelites. The people in the area formerly known as the Slave Coast in West Africa are the are the E. I don't know why you put question. But anyway, it's not V. Ancient Hebrew does not have V. It has W. It doesn't even have U. It has W. The reason why I'm saying that, the natives do not use W. They do not use U. They use W in their Hebrew, right? U, I don't know. That's something that came from over there, the same way how V came from the Germanic peoples, the Ashkenaz people. Germans do not pronounce W's, they pronounce V's. That's why her name is not Kava, it's Kawa. Or Chawa. It's not V. Like that's something that's recent. So it's not Erver, it's Erwer. And there's literally a tribe in West Africa called the Iwi. I hope I'm saying that right. Right? So let's get down to it. The Iwi people. Now, as soon as I type these very beautiful people in, I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Look at the symbolism this brother is wearing. Please tell me, does this not remind you of Andean symbolism? He has literally, and I mean literally, the Incan or Cuscoan or Chakana cross on his garments. But why? How? Impossible. Huh? You mean that there's a connection with Peru and West Africa? Why would there be a connection between Peru and West Africa? The thing is that I thought that, I didn't really think it. I didn't really know what to think. But I did realize that there was a connection. First of all, the Peruvians, they celebrate something called the Inca y Mandinka, which is supposed to be a celebration of the Peruvian / West African mixtures of cultures. And I'm just like, what? Why? Like, out of everyone, you celebrate the Mandinka people, right? And I'm seeing these people, and they also have a connection with Peru. It's not making sense, you know. And the people of Ghana, they call themselves, I believe, the Warrior Kings, right? And just looking at them phenotypically, you know, they look familiar phenotypically. Are they mixed in some sort of way? I'm sure they are. But honestly, they don't remind me of, you know, the Congolese people. No disrespect. I'm not saying everyone in the Congo is one thing, but they definitely remind me of something that I've seen before. And again, they're very gorgeous people. They remind me of the people in South Africa who are also, you know, very gorgeous people. But it seems like those people in South Africa were actually from West Africa, or they were the Jacobites in Scotland who were taken there, who have a connection with the tribe of Judah or the tribe of Benjamin, the southern kingdom. So A lot of those people phenotypically they look similar, right, to so-called African Americans and other peoples in the Americas. Some people have told me that, like your father looks like he could be West African. People have told me my father could look like he's from any damn where. But the reason being is because he's related to a lot of people everywhere. Because again, I believe I come from a tribe that was all around the world before any colonialism or anything. They were all around the world on the coastlines. That's where my DNA is pointing to. They were all around the world on the coastlines. It's found in ancient Spain, in ancient southern India, in the Pacific Islands. It's found all over the damn place, right? So now let me read this. Let me see. Damn, I love this garb he has, man. But this is some crazy stuff, bro. The Iwi people of Ghana, Togo, Nigeria, Benin, and Ivory Coast. Iwi people, also known as Eve, can be found in Ghana, Togo, Benin, and some parts of Nigeria and Ivory Coast. They are part of the, the Gibbs-speaking people and related to the Fawn, Mina, and Aja people. According to that professor, he claimed they originally came from Kitu in Dahomey, present-day Benin, which is considered as a Yoruba area. Bro, hold on. Let's look that up. That's where it is, right? It's in Benin, Kitu, right? Now, where's Whydah? You guys have heard of Whydah or Ouidah. It's right there. Right there. It's in the same damn area. So this kingdom of Judah that they had here in West Africa is right next to where these Iwi people came from, right? They were eventually forced, which led to migration from eastward. As a result of the expansions of others, claimed the Iwi land extended from the Mono River on the west border of Dahomey, present-day Benin, across present-day Togo, and into the present-day southeastern Ghana, which is believed to be formerly British Togoland, as far as the Volta River, from the south to the north, and extend from the coast into the heavily forest hills. According to an Iwi writer, he also claimed the Iwi has its origins at the Niger River, to the northeast of their present-day location, just before the coming of the British, French, and Germans in the 19th century. And I'm pretty sure that they were overtaken even before then. But now that's interesting because the Niger River was once called the Euphrates River. And if they're near that river, then that would mean that that river serves as some sort of boundary. Why? Because the other side of the Euphrates was for the who? The Gentiles. Right? That's what the scripture says. The Niger River was once a part of the Amazon River during Gondwana. Because the Niger River is the Euphrates River, and the Amazon River is the Euphrates River. They're both the same river. So I'm guessing they may have taken that land. That might just be their land. Might be. Or some of it, I should say. Not the whole thing. But some of it just might be their land. They had jurisdiction over that land, as it seems. And I was looking into one of the six, I was looking into the 6 cities, the 6 Levitical cities. And I was looking at that place. And I don't quite have enough information, so I didn't release the video. But, I'm definitely scratching my head a little bit. All right. Let me see. I think there was something else. There's something else that I wanted to read. Give me 1 second. Iwi settled in the southern part of Ivory Coast, and from Nazi settled in their present-day homeland in Volta. During slavery, the Europeans, such as British and French, captured them into slavery into the Americas and Caribbean, places like Puerto Rico, USA, Guatemala, Venezuela, Jamaica, Antigua, and Barbuda, Grenada, Dominica, Haiti, and other parts of the Caribbean and America sold into slavery. Yeah, mostly into South America and the Caribbean. Not if they were taken into North America, it was after they were taken into the Caribbean. But that was not something that was a big time thing, you know. That's not something that was a big time thing. I don't see how it's lucrative to transport people over an ocean that moves against their current. That doesn't make too much sense to me. Now, from where they're going, if they're going to South America or maybe the Caribbean, it's a bit easier. But to go straight to North America, not a chance in hell. That does not make any sense. According to anthropologist, that dude, he made people understand in his book that Iwi and Yoruba are the same. He went into details about the culture, symbolism, and how the Yoruba aspects of governmental systems were borrowed, and the leadership, which are those, have similarities. Osogli Iwi people trace their origins to Abyssinia, bro, which is now modern-day Ethiopia. It is said they migrated with other Iwis from Abyssinia to Oyo in Ife, Western Nigeria, then migrated to Kitu in what is now Benin. So they migrated from Abyssinia. And what we've gone over before regarding that place is that absolutely had jurisdiction by the tribe of Judah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see what I wanted to read here. I don't even know what I wanted to read here. I already said that they were the warrior people. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway. Now, what happened to the Inca? Now, this is real interesting. When the Incas and the Spanish finally met in the Battle of 1532, the Incas had the greater numbers, but the superior steel weapons and armor of the Spanish proved decisive, and they took the Inca emperor captive. Atahualpa tried to secure his release by offering a vast ransom of 24 tons of gold and silver. Yeah, what a pussy, bro. But the Spanish gratefully accepted before executing the emperor anyway. The empire was now efficiently in Spanish hands. And of course, they could be lying. They probably are lying because that doesn't sound very Indian. So, oh, just take my money, just don't hurt me. Like, no. Like, what the hell? Like, that don't sound like no damn Judaic king. That don't sound like a lion. That sounds like a cat. That sounds like a pussy cat. That don't sound like no lion. But look at this. This is Andean art, right? Andean art. Andean symbolism. This is the Chakana, right? We're going to go over it in a second. It's a lot of symbolism. No, I don't. As you can see, right? This is the same exact symbol. Same symbol. I don't have to BS you. That's the same symbol. If you don't think so, you got to get some new glasses. Now, this is something else that I found interesting because when I went over Abyssinia before, how they described the Abyssinians, they actually described them in a very peculiar way. They actually said that they were Negroes, but they didn't look like the typical Negro. They said out their own mouths that these sorts of Negroes were high yellow with dark hair and dark eyes. right? Those are the type of so-called black people they were. So they were light-skinned black people, the Abyssinians. And when we go over some of the history of Spain, that's going to make a hell of a lot of sense. So you think you know what the imperial family of the tribe of Judah looked like. I don't think you know, bro. I even had another brother tell me that same thing. I don't know where he found that source, but he said that the tribe of Judah looked like actual lions, that they're light skinned with brown hair, with brown afros. That's how he said they looked. I don't know where he got that source from. I'll have to find that video again. But I saw it a while ago. I was like, what? What are you talking about? And now I'm looking into it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing the same thing. I keep seeing it. I'll give you a preview. They said in Spain that the majority of the people in Spain, of the so-called Jews, that they were, so-called black. But the imperial family of David looked like mulattoes. So are you sure you know what a so-called, Jew is? I'm talking about an actual Jew, not a face rat with a small hat. I'm talking about the actual Jews, the descendants of David, right? And this is a really interesting stereotype that I didn't know about, that Iwi girls are supposed to be light-skinned and very beautiful. Girls from the tribe Iwi are mostly light-skinned and also quite beautiful. Due to their beauty, they will be found in offices working as receptionists, customer care representatives, or secretaries. They make very good wives and are also good cooks. However, they strongly believe in voodoo power. Now, it's just a tidbit to share, because every time I look for the actual tribe of Judah, not people claiming to be the tribe of Judah. I'm seeing a very similar look. Now, of course, the tribe of Judah look like every damn thing. They do. They're spread around the world, right? And certain tribes are going to be real dark, right? But there's something weird going on. For example, why would Solomon say, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem? Why would he say that? Why would he say that unless the people of Jerusalem were not as so-called dark as you think they were? Right? I'm not saying the entire tribe of Judah look one way. I'm saying that a certain sect of them look one way. Now, this is very weird, because I just showed you, this was actually out of place. But this was the gold that Atahualpa gave them, right? Supposedly. I don't know if he's the one he gave them, but they found a shipwreck from the pirate ship Whydah, or it really was Judah, right? Now, the archaeologist Andrew Baker quickly found that the matter also scientifically as a consecration held coins from Peru, gold, and possibly gemstones. This ship Whydah held gold from Peru. And these coins that they said came from Peru look like this. This was on the shipwreck Whydah. And they're saying that the Spanish carved these gold coins before they left Peru and they got shipwrecked. What the hell? That does not make any sense. Why would they carve the gold while they're in Peru? That doesn't make any sense. It seems like they took these damn coins while they were there. Like these coins were already there. That's what makes a hell of a lot more sense. You think those dirty ass Spaniards, they knew how to do this? No. This was already there from the times of the Romans. But this is just my conjecture. But even so, what does this look exactly like? You want to know? The Jerusalem cross from the Middle Ages looks exactly like this cross that they got from Peru on the ship Judah or Whydah, right? But there's no connection between the tribe of Judah, West Africa, who originally came from East Africa, and the people of East Africa. Where did they come from? Let's check that out real quick. You already know. I did the video. Raja Chola and Rajendra Chola, Solomon and David. But where were the three Indias? I have to read this. It's kind of. It says, each of that. I can't read this, bro. It's so hard. Apostle Thomas, Bartholomew, and Matthew in each of the three Indias. This latter concept became a standard one in the Middle Ages. One of the three Indias faced Ethiopia. So that's one. It faced Ethiopia. According to that, the second faced Persia, right? So it's over there, right? The other faced Persia. I'm guessing that's so-called India or Hindustan. So you have one in East Africa, one in southern India or India, whatever. And the third, let's see where that third one is. I can't find it, bro. It's so hard to read. The third became especially fruitful for the geographical imagination. The region of untold islands, in which the plural term Indias, etymologically one and the same as Indies, came to rest once and for all. No, I missed it. And the third occupied the ends of the earth. What was the fourth part of the earth? The ends of the earth.